Okay, now I'm going to record this conversation, okay? Now we're here at the U of A on a book fair.
You know what?
And we've got some.
When you're up there. Can you please come down here so we can have
And we have the UAPD and Kathy Reister, and she is going to read me something. So read me the whole thing, Kathy. Right again, okay? So are you saying that I can't amplify here?
Can you listen to her?
Yes. You're not being very polite.
Listen, read it.
So, second
Officer,
warning.
hold on 1 second. Is Lieutenant Bree working today?
Brian?
Bry, Lieutenant Bry?
Yes, that's his name.
Okay, because I would much rather talk to Lieutenant Bry because you seem to be a little hostile towards me.
No, I'm not hostile toward you. I said listen to what she's got to say to you.
And I haven't met you before. I've met this gentleman here before. He's usually very, very polite, but you seem a little hostile towards. Is there a reason why?
Yes, you're ignoring it. She's trying to-
No, I'm not ignoring. That's why I turned my camera on. I turned my camera on.
She'll read through the statement.
Okay, I just want to get you. What's your first name? D. Pickram.
Yes.
So, Mr. Pickram, you're saying that you will arrest me if Kathy Reister.
Did I say that?
If you're not cooperative with me, I can...
So are you saying that Kathy Reister has the authority to have me arrested?
She's the representative of the university.
I'm a representative of the university.
Okay, but are you saying that she's vested with law enforcement authority on the campus?
I'm a complainant. I would be a complainant.
To ask her to leave.
Right.
You're not being cooperative.
Refuse to leave after she has asked you, then that becomes a criminal issue. That's why she's trying to talk to you now.
Okay.
Please listen to her.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Okay.
So Kathy, go ahead.
So, Roy, this is your second warning.
When was my first warning?
Your first warning occurred at about 10:30 this morning when you were also amplifying sound.
Okay.
Sorry, 11:30 this morning.
Okay.
So the second warning, as the person having lawful control for this space, this is your second warning. I request that you leave either leave the area if you want to continue to amplify sound and move to the west side of Old Main by the fountain, or that you can continue being here without amplifying sound, as long as your behavior is not disruptive to this thing. Otherwise, you're subject to arrest for interference with the peaceful conduct of an educational institution, trespass, or other violations of the law of the state of Arizona.
Okay, now, so officer, if I continue to amplify, what will happen? And I'm trying to figure out what U of A law I am breaking right now.
She has requested that you either turn it off or leave.
Okay.
And that's within her rights. If you fail to do that, then it may become a criminal matter.
Okay, officer, can you cite me the ruling that you're saying that I'm violating? What law right now am I breaking here at the U of A? What law specifically am I breaking?
As long as you adhere to her request, you're not breaking any laws. If you refuse to adhere to her request and she wishes to prosecute you for trespassing, she may do that.
But I'm a little confused. You're not giving me the exact law that I'm breaking.
Back and forth. She's read you the warning.
So you have your opportunity. You can either choose to move.
So, officer, can you cite me the statute that shows that I am right now in criminal conduct? Can you show me the University of Arizona guidelines that are saying, Roy, here's the statute that you are breaking. This is why we'll arrest you.
We're not going to discuss the matter. Okay.
You step down, Roy.
If it gets to that point,
So my request to you is either stop amplifying sound and you guys can stay out here and talk, or if you would choose to keep amplifying sound, you can go on the other side of Old Main where you're not being disruptive to the event that's happening here. So those are your two choices, and I need you to make a decision.
Well, obviously, I don't want to get arrested, right? I mean, that'd be very foolish. But officers, we've been doing this for many years. I know you personally have come down and remember when I was on the hill, the wall right there, and that Muslim guy was going to attack me? You were there, right?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I believe I've met you before, but
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Well, anyway, I've always had very good relations with the University of Arizona Police Department.
I appreciate that. She's the representative of the university. We're here to keep the peace between everybody here. Okay?
Yeah, but we have not
made a request.
Okay, I'm not amplifying, so I'm not in danger of arrest, right? So I'm not. Okay.
You did what she asked you to do?
So here's what I'm trying to ask. What law am I breaking that you can show me from the
Right now, you're not breaking any law. Okay? If you're not abiding by their requests, because they are the, what you would call the owner of the property or the representative of the property. Okay? Just like if somebody comes into your house and you request them to leave and they refuse to leave, then it becomes trespassing, and that's a criminal statute in Arizona.
So are you inferring
to that?
Are you inferring that I'm trespassing by exercising my First Amendment rights here? Are you saying that by
It has
exercising?
nothing to do with your First Amendment rights. I appreciate your First Amendment rights. Okay. The fact of the matter is the university has made a request of you, just like they could make a request of a student or anybody else here on campus. And if you fail to adhere to their request as the property owner or regulator, they can make a request to have you removed from the property. Okay?
Okay. So, but finally, without want to waste any more of your time, you as a police officer cannot cite to me and say, Roy, here is the statute that you are in violation of right now.
Right now, you're not in violation of the statute. You have adhered to
Right,
things.
but officer, with all due respect, she's not a lawyer. She doesn't have a rule book by her, right? We obey the rules,
I
right?
can tell you what the statutes are, and I've already told you the statute would be trespassing.
Trespass
Okay?
for exercising my First Amendment rights.
It's not for
Okay.
exercising your First Amendment rights, sir. The university appreciates your First Amendment rights and encourages them.
So, Roy.
What they're discouraging is a amplified version of that.
Okay.
Okay?
Because your amplification is disruptive to the event that's going on here. So you can stand up here and talk, or you can move over to the other side and amplify.
All right. Well,
So
I would.
those are your choices.
What's the lieutenant's? Is it Bree or Bry?
Right.
I'd like to sit down and talk with the Bry because I believe that Lieutenant Bry may have a different perspective on what is going on here. I don't know for sure, but I've talked to Lieutenant Bry before, and Lieutenant Bry is very up with First Amendment rights.
Well, and
But the
I
police
agree
don't
with you.
enforce First
We're
Amendment
not
rights.
enforcing
Roy.
First Amendment rights.
They enforce laws.
We're enforcing the law of trespassing. That's the law that we're looking at. We're not enforcing a First Amendment right. You are correct. You have a First Amendment right.
He wants a law cited on ARS 13.
I know.
We know what the law is, though.
I know
We're
the
not
statute.
enforcing it.
It's an Arizona revised statute is what he said. Okay.
So can you cite that? Do you know what it is offhand?
I don't know the number right off the top of my hand. There's several thousand of them. Okay. And
Okay. Well, I disagree. Because the U of A guidelines say, and I abide by the U of A guidelines. In other words, when I'm here Monday through Friday,
We talked about that. So
excuse me,
Monday
can I
through
talk?
Friday? Sure.
So I'm here Monday through Friday, and I can only amplify between 12 and 1, and I abide by that. But the rules say on the weekends, amplification is allowed all day. So I have believed that I'm abiding by that specific rule.
I don't enforce the rules. I enforce the laws. Okay, so there's a difference. The rules have to do with the university. This lady represents the university. She enforces those.
All right.
If you have a problem with that and the university, take that up with the administration of the university. Okay, we were called here by the university stating that somebody is not adhering to our requests, and we may get to the point where we're asking them to leave.
Okay.
And if you had refused to abide by their requests, then you would have been trespassing.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
And your name again?
Is Roy? Last name is Spears.
Okay. It was very nice to meet you, Roy. All right. Are we...
Yes, I think we're good.
So amplification is done,
Amplification is
but I
done.
can
That's
still we can
great.
still exercise our First Amendment rights.
I think that's great.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, officer.